This video is about my personal experience with type 2 diabetes, weight loss, and blood sugar management. I am not a doctor, and nothing in this video should be considered medical advice. What worked for me may not be appropriate for everyone. Please consult your healthcare provider before making any changes to your diet, medications, or treatment plan. I went to the ER with an extremely high blood sugar. The one doctor I saw told me I was at serious risk that I could go into a coma or even die if it wasn't controlled. I was there for 11 hours. I received a single dose of insulin, and most of that time I was waiting without much communication or follow-up. It didn't feel like I was being actively cared for or guided through what was happening. I felt like I was just sitting there, trying to figure it out on my own. I left frustrated, shaken, and with no confidence in what came next. I left the hospital because I realized the care I was receiving wasn't solving my problem. I was 250 pounds, my body was failing, and the conventional advice I was given, the stuff you hear every day, wasn't working for me. The system knew how to manage my diabetes. What it didn't teach me was what was driving my condition. I left the hospital with less confidence in the system than when I walked in. I felt ignored, forgotten, and completely responsible for figuring out what came next. That's when I started looking for answers on my own. Oh, fun fact, in the US, Americans spend roughly $22.3 billion every year on insulin and blood sugar management medication. That is an enormous industry. If you could give us a like, comment, share, and most importantly, subscribe, it would be appreciated. We have more things coming. When I went home, I came across a TED Talk by Dr. Sarah Hallberg. That completely changed how I thought about food and insulin resistance. I started learning everything I could about metabolic health, and what I learned changed the way I ate. Here are the principles I took from that approach. I stopped buying foods labeled fat-free or low-fat, and I focused more on real fats like butter, olive oil, avocado, and animal fats. I focused on real food, things that don't come in a box. I ate foods I actually enjoyed and used fats to make my meals more satisfying. I ate when I was hungry, and I stopped when I was full. I cut out grains, potatoes, and added sugar. For me, sugar and highly refined carbohydrates were destroying my blood sugar. Here are the simple rules for eating. 1. If it says light, low fat, or fat-free, it stays in the grocery store. If they took the fat out, they put in carbs and chemicals in it. Number 2. Eat food. I mean real food. This is the single most important component of eating low carb. Real food does not come in boxes. You do not have to be told that the food is natural. You should just know when you're looking at it. Number 3. Don't eat anything you don't like. My favorite. Take that broccoli. Number 4. Eat when you're hungry and don't eat when you are not. Number 5. The kicker. No GPS. No grains, no potatoes, no sugar. Within weeks, my blood sugar stabilized. Over time, I lost 80 pounds, and I've kept it off. The biggest change wasn't the weight, it was my waist size. Don't rush out to buy a whole new wardrobe. I did, and then I kept losing weight and had to replace it again. If you had a similar experience, I'd like to hear it. Leave a comment below. Dr. Hallberg saved my life. Unfortunately, she passed away in 2022. She had lung cancer. She was not a smoker, and she actually stated, if you have lungs, you can get lung cancer. I wish I would have had a chance to thank her. The biggest change wasn't just physical. It was that I wasn't constantly thinking about food or fighting my blood sugar every day. My doctor told me I no longer have diabetes. My labs have stayed normal, and I've kept it that way through the changes I made. It's been 5 years now without any issues. I have some other personal stories that I may make a video on. Some are funny, some are sad, some are outrageous. I'm Bill from the Hill. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.